big win for Rahul Gandhi.
आज नहीं तो कल, कल नहीं तो परसों सच्चाई की जीत होती है.
Supreme Court stays Rahul Gandhi's conviction in criminal defamation case. How soon will RaGa be back in Parliament?
अब देखेंगे अब कितने घंटे में उनको रीइंस्टेट करते हैं.
Congress urges Speaker to restore Rahul's membership. Will Rahul Gandhi speak during the trust vote?
Rahul Gandhi!
What changes for Rahul Gandhi, the Congress Party and the India Alliance? Top focus to the point this evening. So what changes for Rahul Gandhi, what changes for the Congress, what changes for the Alliance India with the possible reinstatement, because now the way has been paved for the reinstatement of Rahul Gandhi as an MP. Will it happen soon? That's the big question. What we are given to understand right now from the Lok Sabha Secretariat, that it could very well happen very soon. There's also word coming in that the trust vote up for discussion on the 8th of August, will Rahul Gandhi lead it? Till now, Gaurav Gogoi from the Congress was going to be leading the no trust vote or the no confidence motion against the government. Mind you, viewers, it had happened all the way back in 2018 as well. 2018, right before 2019 elections, quite the same in the monsoon session. There was a no confidence motion against the government then. At that point of time, Rahul Gandhi had led it, but the core issue was Rafale. He lost that round. But this time around, perception-wise, it's a very different battle that the India Alliance will play. Numbers-wise, clearly the numbers lie with the NDA, which is also the government, the BJP. So what from here on? Let's take the question to our panelists this evening. Joining me, Jyoti Mani, Lok Sabha MP Congress, Charu Pragya, Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson. We'll also be joined by Rahul Shrivastava, our National Affairs Editor, to break it down in terms of perspective. Ms. Jyoti Mani, first up, congratulations, ma'am. It's been a while and a long fight for you, your party, for Rahul Gandhi. He's a big ruling from the Supreme Court. Do you see him being reinstated soon?
Yeah, thank you so much. Satyameve Jayate. Truth alone triumphs. That's what we believe. Rahulji continuously saying the same thing. When his membership is disqualified, he was unfairly convicted for 2 years. He was thrown out of the house. Despite all the odds, we the Congress Party and Mr. Rahul Gandhi on the India Alliance and the people of this nation strongly believe we will win this battle. And also why the Rahul Gandhi is thrown out of the parliament is everybody knows, because he's a lone voice with a lot of commitment and aggression, a lot of truth attacking the anti-people Modi government. He exposed the corruption of the Adani and Modi in the floor of the parliament, and his Bharat Jodo Yatra attracted millions of people across the country. So they obviously feared for Rahul Gandhi. That is why this injustice done to him. Finally, as I said, truth prevailed. It's a really very big day for us, big day for the Indian democracy, big day for people of India. It's not only Congress Party.
Okay. But, you know, Ms. Jyoti Mani, I want to ask you the question. Do you see him come back to Parliament very quickly? Because the press conference that was held by your own political party 2 hours ago, your party president, Mr. Kharge, did say, and he seemed skeptical, where he suggested that it took less than 24 hours to disqualify him as an MP at the back of what the High Court said. It remains to be seen how quickly he's going to be reinstated at the back of what the Supreme Court has said.
See, given this Narendra Modi's government past track record, they don't believe in any rules, they don't believe in any convention, they don't believe in any fair practices. Going by that, actually, my party president, Honorable Kharge has all reason to be skeptical. But I don't, they cannot make it more obvious than this, because unfortunately, what is the point is that they don't want Rahul Gandhi coming to the parliament and speak against his government. But the Prime Minister of this country, who still has the membership, he still is the Prime Minister of this country, couldn't come to parliament. He's hiding from the parliament. Now with the opposition party in the history of Indian parliament has to move a no confidence motion to bring the Prime Minister into parliament. In such a scenario, I don't think this Narendra Modi government and BJP can go to that extent by blocking Mr. Gandhi coming into the parliament even after the Supreme Court has stayed the Gujarat High Court and lower court judgment. This entire country will see what they are going to do on Monday. In my view, this government can do anything, but we will not be quiet to whatever the government is doing. The injustice done to him already. Now Supreme Court made it correct. Now it's a government, it's a secretariat to immediately reinstate him. That's a fair thing to do. Anybody can expect the same thing.
Jyotimani, just stay on with me. I'm going to just come right back because I just want to bring in Rahul Shrivastava, National Affairs Editor, into this conversation. Rahul, the time away from Parliament has worked for Rahul Gandhi perception-wise. Possibly it would be a different image-wise, Rahul Gandhi coming into Parliament as and when he does. It's a catch-22 for the government as well, Rahul, don't you think? Because less than 24 hours, he was disqualified. They need to show, at least perception-wise, the same alacrity of reintroducing him back in Parliament.
Preeti, we should look at this what I call supreme relief from the Supreme Court in a wider context. If you look at the last 6 months, the opposition's narrative has been dominated by Rahul Gandhi. If we have a strong narrative, if we find the opposition, the government on the back foot, we can say certainly the Bharat Jodo Yatra, Rahul Gandhi's challenges from foreign nations, and also the kind of effort he has put in. I think in that scenario, this is a big step forward for the Congress party. Why I say that, it's not just Rahul Gandhi can be back in parliament, but each moment or each hour of delay in reinstating his membership of the lower house is a negative for the government, for the BJP. The second very important element is that the Supreme Court order just doesn't talk about the fact that how the maximum sentence of 2 years was given because that's the matching condition for disqualifying a member of parliament. It also says it was detrimental to the interests of the electorate, the voters. And that's got a political sound to it. The Congress party can build something out of this as a meal and attack the government. It also creates a very positive energy for the India coalition, in which Rahul Gandhi and Lalu Prasad Yadav, two of the main top leaders or who have a national footprint, were not in a position to contest elections and steer or become some kind of generals as far as the 2024 elections are concerned. This comes as a major positive for this coalition. Also, in terms of Rahul Gandhi's imagery, in terms of branding, for the Congress party, it's a plus. You already have leaders like Mr. Kheda, Pawan Khera saying that he will turn out to be a Bazigar, Supriya Srinath saying that Sher Dahadega. So you can see that positive energy as far as the Congress cadres are concerned. But I have two very slight problems in terms of some negative which can happen. One, a very buoyant Congress with the return of Congress, Rahul Gandhi in parliament, in the electoral fray as somebody who can contest elections, will, I think, create a sentiment in the Congress parties that can he be the face of the India coalition or the larger opposition.
And that's possibly, Rahul, what the Alliance India wouldn't want now, or rather the Congress also wouldn't want right now. To pitch a battle against Rahul Gandhi versus Modi is detrimental for the Congress and works for the Bharatiya Janata Party, which is now, I would reckon, common sense, politically speaking. But I just want to bring in Charu Pragya into this conversation before we go back to Ms. Jyotimani. Charu Pragya, the question now lies, I was going back to the explanation given by your own party spokesperson, the explanation given by then Speaker on why Rahul Gandhi was disqualified in less than 24 hours. And that time it was said very clearly it was the court's order and we acted on it. Will the same amount of alacrity be shown to reinstate him? Because this time it's the Supreme Court order, ma'am.
Good evening, and I apologize for my bad throat, Preeti. See, it was neither the speaker which disqualified Mr. Gandhi, and it will not be the speaker who will reinstate him, because this was done constitutionally. There is a provision in our constitution which automatically makes him ineligible to attend parliament if he's been convicted, and he was. And this conviction was done by an honorable High Court of our country. We need to remember this. That's the first thing I want to say. The second thing
Madam,
I want
then
to
what
say is
stalled, if it was the constitution, what stalled the reinstatement for months of the Lakshadweep MP, ma'am? Because the Lakshadweep MP does say that the Lok Sabha Secretariat, the speaker sat on it for weeks after he was reinstated.
Yes, absolutely. And that is
so
because
then
maybe some examination needed to be done. Can I just first finish my statement?
Please, madam, go ahead. Yes.
The second thing is the Supreme Court today has not given Mr. Gandhi a clean chit, and the Congress will do well to remember that. This is temporary, this is interim, and the Supreme Court has also made very clear observations. It does not suit a public leader to speak like this, to generalize, to speak with such extreme arrogance. Okay, arrogance is not a crime, but is generalization fair? And wouldn't humility be for anybody to say that I did not mean this to be a generic statement and I only meant a few specific people, and I take it back. He did not choose to do that.
Ms. Charu Pragya, you know, what's interesting here is, because I can get Ms. Jyoti Mani, because she can quote you back the observations of the Supreme Court, which can be very damning for the government as well for the High Court. Because at somewhere down the line, the observation, if you read them, seems to be mocking what the High Court had said, where the learned judge, the leader of the bench, said very clearly that they're very interesting kinds of observations that come in from High Court sometimes. So let's not get in there, because it's none the richer to quote half of the judgment or the observation of the Supreme Court, madam. It wouldn't serve anyone well. I'll ask you back the same question. Will we see the same amount of alacrity for the reinstatement of Mr. Rahul Gandhi that we saw in his disqualification?
Okay, absolutely. And we come back to that, but I will also do, I want to remind you that the High Court and the Supreme Court have a relationship which is entirely their own. And sly smiles are not going to mean that you can connect them all to the government. We should remember that. And the reason why the Constitution has a provision like this is thanks to Mr. Gandhi himself. He is a victim of tearing up the very ordinance that could have saved him today. So we should remember that. Also, you know, it's not like there has been any kind of an interest shown. This is more a move from the Congress to play the victim card. Do you remember the time Mr. Khera had a case and then a lawyer was at the court's door within 2 hours? Why did it take the Congress party so long to even go knocking on the court's door? Are you trying to tell me that the Congress party does not have enough sufficient able lawyers who could do that? They wanted to stretch it out. And also today, even though you are translating the court's words...
Madam, I'm not translating, I am verbatim quoting.
Chasm.
Verbatim quoting, madam, not translating. I don't want to get into territory which I am charged with translating what the court said, quoting. But having said that, let me ask a question to Ms. Jyoti Mani. I'll come back to you, madam. Give me a minute. Let me ask a question. Madam, just hold that thought. Coming right back to you. Let me ask a question to Ms. Jyoti Mani that possibly Charu Pragya should have asked, and that is, Ms. Jyoti Mani, that before Mr. Rahul Gandhi was disqualified in Parliament, he had no more than 52% attendance, madam, in Parliament. Now, him coming back, does it really rectify or change things for the Congress? What does he really bring to the table now?
No, what about the attendance? Do you know the Prime Minister of the country, whoever it may be, has to come to Parliament or Lok Sabha every Wednesday 1 hour, every Thursday to Rajya Sabha 1 hour. Have you ever seen Mr. Prime Minister or Mr. Narendra Modi has come to Parliament and follow this convention? Have you ever seen the Prime Minister of this country stand up and talking on any bills? You have seen only once, that mostly the President address, you get to see Prime Minister coming address the Parliament. Why those kind of questions never addressed to the Prime Minister? Why didn't nobody ask Prime Minister how much attendance he has? On the other hand, we could see Rahul Gandhi, where he is among the people, he is among the farmers who are fighting against this brutal government, he is among the common people, he is among the women who are affected by the rape and other sexual crimes, he is among the laborers, he is walking in the streets of this country against the brutal government.
One second, madam, I'll come back. One second, let's not interrupt, there's no point, I'll come back to you, Charu Pragya.
He's not hiding like Prime Minister, no?
But okay, Ms. Jyoti Ms. Jyotimani, the fact is, it's something that the Congress does all the time and say, let's not indulge in whataboutery. The fact that the Prime Minister should speak about Manipur, of course he should speak about Manipur, but that's a matter of another debate. How does that somewhere down the line justify poor attendance by your own Rahul Gandhi?
So this is not whataboutery. What we are saying is, you see what he is doing other than if he is not coming to parliament, what else he is doing. It's for all of us to see what he is doing, where he is going, what kind of people he is meeting. He is a leader of the party, he is a leader of opposition. This entire country is affected by this brutal government of Narendra Modi and the BJP. There should be a leader, have to go to every nook and corner of the society and tell people, actually, don't lose hope, don't lose trust. We are here as a leader, as a from opposition party, opposition alliance. We are here. We are not disowning you. We will be protect you. That kind of assurance has to be given to the people. That's what Rahul Gandhi is doing all the time. What else he is doing?
All right. Charu Pragya, you wanted to respond? Go ahead.
See, it's responsible. Like, I'll put it in a precisely. You are asking a sub-editor why he is not going to field and covering the all issues. There is a role, there is a different role for different leaders in the party.
Now it's my turn to
Madam, let me cut across to Charu Pragya. Charu Pragya, you wanted to respond to Ms. Jyotimani? Go ahead.
Thank you very much. And while I appreciate the passion with which you are having to defend Mr. Gandhi, the fact is the whole country...
Madam, who's defending Mr. Gandhi? One second. Are you talking to Ms. Jyotimani? Are you talking to me? Because if you're talking to me, then Ms. Charu Pragya, I asked a question for you of the Congress. A question that possibly you should have asked, I have asked. So let's not get into who's defending who. Get your facts right, madam. Go ahead.
You know what? I decide what I want to say and I decide my statement. You do not
go
dictate
ahead.
it.
Sure,
right?
go ahead,
and
madam. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Ask her what she wants, but I do see that you love interrupting me while you do not do that with any of your other guests. So I'll appreciate it if you show the same level of respect to me and let me finish what I have to say.
Madam,
you
please
can
finish what you have to say.
But I will choose what I want to say in my statement and you do not dictate.
Go ahead, madam. I have every right to rebut you, Jyotimani, or whoever is on my panel, ma'am. Having said that, respectfully continue.
It is not respectful to tell me I am saying what you should have said. It's up to me, right? Yes, but I am continuing. So if Jyotimani ji is saying that Mr. Gandhi is always amongst the people, he's always doing the right thing, did he go and visit the family in Rajasthan recently where a 14-year-old child was burnt alive after being gang raped? No. So your presence amongst people is very selective and it continues to be so. Whereas nobody ever doubts the hard work and the dedication put in by our Honorable Prime Minister. So what you are comparing today is comparing an apple to a Karela. You should not do that because it just shows Mr. Gandhi in a worse light than he already is in. Mr. Gandhi also has a track record of multiple defamation cases. He also has a track record of making a statement, arrogantly not taking it back and then apologizing when he's been asked to do so by a court. It happened in the Rafale case. He's got a defamation case pending in Mazgaon. He's got a defamation case pending in Jharkhand, Ranchi. It continues. So, coming from a party which says that you're all about love and affection, I don't see much of that coming from your leader. So a few photo ops here and there do not take away the horrible statements which have come from his mouth, and all of these horrible statements, when examined together or individually, are not something that are befitting any public leader in any position, let alone someone who wants to see himself in the position of leader of opposition, which he is not, by the way. Your party has not received enough seats in the last elections to even qualify to be the leader of opposition.
Ma'am, but he doesn't, the leader of opposition was never him. In Lok Sabha, it's not Rahul Gandhi, even while he was a part of...
back to her. She's the one who called him the leader of opposition.
Okay. I want to bring in Rahul Shrivastava back into this conversation. Rahul Shrivastava, the fact is... from here on, where you move ahead? 2018, there was a trust motion. It was no trust motion. Very, very different from what we are seeing right now. Of course, that paved the way for 2019 elections, and possibly the no confidence motion now will pave the way for the 2024 elections. At that time, there was a very different Rahul Gandhi, and the pitch of Rahul versus Modi clearly worked in favor of the Prime Minister. This time around, there might be a perception that is different where Rahul Gandhi is concerned, but if it is a battle of Rahul versus Modi, you and I both know better who's going to take it. How does the Congress and the India alliance not let that happen?
Pretty a perception of unity. Got together
Rahul,
and
we seem to...
created
Okay,
India.
go ahead.
And seem to have created India, the coalition. One thing is very clearly emerging, that they are going in for low-hanging fruits, not those tricky questions initially. What they are trying to do is create a wider footprint with greater amplification as far as the opposition narrative is concerned. Now, Rahul Gandhi's reinstatement will eventually mean that he could be speaking even during the no confidence motion, taking the lead, perhaps, establishing himself, that equity he has within the Congress, within the coalition alliance. It definitely does good for the opposition, because I don't think they will be getting at all into the who will be the face of the party. I think they may even keep deferring the convener issue. And that's what is not. That's why Nitish Kumar is not very happy, because initially he had thought that meetings will start and he will be made the convener. And that's why after the Bangalore meeting, he went straight away to Nalanda. That's the place where he usually goes for his political sulk. Now, in that scenario, somewhere, yes, definitely it helps the opposition matrix. They can create that better resonance. But in that battle, Modi versus Rahul Gandhi, Preeti, it is a tough battle for Rahul Gandhi. But remember, in Indian politics, 5 years is a very long time. I think a lot of things were very similar in 2018 also. There was Rafale, Chor, Chaukidar, Chor Hai, and a lot of those elements. But then the BJP was able to turn them. I think a splintered opposition and a good narrative post Pulwama and Balakot, the BJP could pull it off. I think there is still a lot of time. Lot will depend how the opposition stays united, continues on the amplification it is receiving right now, and then hope for the best. That the factor of how experienced Modi is, how Hindu he is, how nationalist he is versus Rahul Gandhi does not become the question. If they can obfuscate the picture, I think maybe the opposition can hope for better results.
All right, Jyoti Mani and Charu Pragya, I'm going to give you 1 minute each. Jyoti Mani, the fact is, Gaurav Gogoi is going to be leading the trust motion from the Congress. Will things change if Rahul Gandhi is allowed back into the Congress? Into the Parliament, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, of course, we will decide that on Monday. Obviously, Rahulji coming to the Parliament, everybody expect him to speak. Definitely, he will, as usual, he will, with this uncompromising and aggressive attitude, go against this anti-people Narendra Modi government. That's what we are expecting. Everybody's waiting for that only. That's happening. We are happy about it.
All right, okay. Charu Pragya, the fact is, in a way, shouldn't the BJP and the and your party be glad, because Rahul Gandhi possibly out of the Parliament, in perception-wise, impacted you more than having him in Parliament?
Well, if he's been out of the Parliament and the opposition has ensured that the Parliament doesn't continue to function in his absence, I'm actually glad he's going to be back if the opposition will allow the Parliament to function, if they disrupted it for that reason. Excuse after excuse was used for every single Parliament session, which was continually disrupted, and that's crores and crores of taxpayers' money spent. That being said, even earlier, it's not like Mr. Gandhi was a very avid attendee of the Parliament. His level of participating in debates was just 5 debates last term, and the national average crowd was 40. So this is a democracy. I am happy he's going to be back, and if his being back means that the opposition finally learns to let the Parliament do its
All right,
business.
Jyoti Mani wants to come in for a rebuttal. Jyoti Mani, 10 seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not the opposition who stalled the Parliament. The government, especially the Prime Minister, refused to have a meaningful discussion on especially what happening in Manipur and other issues. We always wanted to have a discussion. A ruling party does not wanted to have a discussion. They does not want to run a Parliament because they get scared of opposition. We will expose them. That's the problem. It's not we who stalled the
Prime Minister has held up.
It's a ruling party shamefully.
A statement against the incident that happened in Rajasthan yesterday, being a woman leader from the Congress party at that, please let me know. But anyways, I know you don't have an answer
Okay.
to that, but let me remind you, the government has repeatedly asked for a discussion. It's a critical
We
topic.
don't believe in water boundary. Wherever it happened,
All
wrong
right.
is wrong. We don't
Okay.
defend things which is
Not-
indefensible.
You come up with
Okay,
technicalities.
with that. Okay,
and
with that,
clauses.
ladies, may I please bow out of this debate? Rahul Shrivastava, appreciate you joining us. We'll only know in days to come. Interesting as it gets. Will Rahul Gandhi be reinstated as quickly as he was disqualified? Possibly. That's what we are given to understand. Will he lead the no confidence motion? We don't quite know. Maybe. With that, a quick wrap. Stay with us.